Happy Thursday and happy end of the month, everyone. I'm excited to get this call rolling. We have a very special call lined up tonight, so I'm going to get right into it. We start every call. Catherine and I love to introduce ourselves and give a little bit of our background. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Caity Metz. I am a double diamond leader with It Works, and I've been in since 2012. And I live in New Jersey. I'm from Wantage, New Jersey, soon to be Newton, New Jersey. I'm moving in a couple of weeks. I was introduced to this crazy rap thing by my mom, Kim Haber. She called me up, and she was very excited about the product. And she knew that if it worked on her, that it was going to be a huge blessing to our family and a huge blessing to our friends and just everyone. And she was really excited about the product and the opportunity that nobody really had their hands on it yet. And she called me and was like, you just got to trust me. You got to come and check this thing out. And I wasn't really too sure of what I thought. But at the time, I had a lot of digestive issues, and she told me there was something that could help me with some of my symptoms, and that is our green supplement. And I totally was hooked. I was sold. I knew that I wanted to get my hands on the product. I then tried the wrap, was very impressed with my results overnight, and I was hooked and excited. And I took that excitement and I started a business. And I really was just looking to make a little bit of extra money, work this part-time around my full-time job. I was a store manager in retail, and also going to school full-time for psychology in college, and that was a lot of work. So I didn't really have a lot of time, but I knew that this was something that I could do very flexibly, around my schedule. And here I am now 2.5 years later. I am out of my full-time job. I do this full-time with a degree, which is very exciting. And, I never thought in a million years I'd be where I'm at now, making more in a month than I was making at my full-time job. I never thought in a million years that this would be something for me. I'm not a salesperson. I thought, in fact, that I was too young to do something like this. I'm 24 now, and it has just been crazy amazing. It's such a blessing. All the people I brought along with me are just rocking it out, and I'm loving it. I'm loving this month. I'm loving this year. How about you, Catherine?
Oh, my goodness. I am having an aha from you saying I took my excitement and I started a business. And if we're going to talk about some things to get excited about, this is the company and this is the place. And this is the call for sure. If we want to use some excitement to get some businesses rolling. I live in a small town in Michigan called Allegan, and I was introduced to It Works officially just over 2 years ago, and at the time I was with another home-based business. I was working 3 other part-time jobs on top of that because that business was not making me as much money as we needed, but I believe in home-based businesses. I've seen it work. I've seen women do incredibly well for their families. My dad was a part of home-based businesses as I was growing up, so I totally believed in it, but the one I was working was not working for me. And so I actually was kind of thinking, well, maybe I just need to pick up another job. But I was already working 3 part-time jobs, so to figure out how I was going to do that was going to be interesting too. But through all of that, I was dealing with some health issues because of a disorder I have called MEN type 1. You can definitely Google that. There's a lot to it. But I was really struggling to get out of bed, struggling to make it through the day without having to take naps. And I have 4 kids at home. And that's just not a place where a young mom wants to be. And so here I'm dealing with health issues, trying to figure out what we're going to do to make some more income. And I'm watching Caity Dempsey, who I went to high school with, post stuff on her Facebook wall. And there were some things that just started to really strike me that I just felt like God was saying, you need to get a hold of her. And there were some lifestyle things, some things that her and I had in common that drew my attention to what she had going on that made me start watching her videos and things like that. But then our green supplement was the next thing. I was reading up on how it could help with my immune system and give me a little extra energy and some of those types of things. So I just really felt like I needed to meet with her. I just needed to know a little bit more. And so my husband Joel and I sat down with her and Nathan over lunch, and at the end of it, Joel looked at me and said, oh my goodness, this is exactly what we're looking for. This is what you need for your health. And if this is going to help you, it's going to help so many other people. And so we signed up the next day without even trying the product yet. I think Cammie wrapped me a few days later. I did have good results. I had good results with my first wrap. I had amazing results with my second wrap. And I actually dropped 2 pant sizes after my second wrap. And I don't think we're supposed to claim that, but it did happen. So I got excited instantly about it too, Caity. I just got excited that I had found something that was making me feel good. My stomach wasn't as upset. I was making it through the day without having to take a nap. And then on top of that, I was getting results with the wrap. So it was totally just a win-win, and I was like all in, like right from the beginning.
I love that. That's awesome. So I'm excited. We have a really cool guest tonight, and it was totally a God thing that we got sent this guest this week, at this time. Like, it's perfect. Do you want to go ahead and just talk a little bit of background about why she's so special, and then we'll go ahead and bring her on?
Yes, and actually, I've never met our guest either, just through really quick posting on Facebook, which I just love that about our community and the one team, one mission focus that we have as a business, that we want to help each other out and recognize the great things that are going on across the whole company for people. And Crystal, you were actually pointed out to me from your upline, I'm assuming.
Yes, Mindy is actually my upline, and, we're in the LTDT group together, and I actually have seen that you guys do calls, and so I just never really took it upon myself to say, hey, I'll do the call, and Mindy kind of tagged me out. I've actually been doing a lot of calls lately because I won the 2 Good bonus, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I have to say that hearing both of your voices, first of all, is cracking me up, and secondly, I'm just totally loving how this business is bringing us together, New Jersey and Michigan, and here I am in Sweet Home, Alabama, so that's pretty awesome.
I love it.
Your high energy is awesome. Like, y'all have me pumped up just listening to you talk, so.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I am so excited because this is the last tomorrow. Today's not the last day of October. Tomorrow is the last day of October, but we have this amazing opportunity right now that anybody who is signed up in the company, and even if you're a guest right now, you can join in on this. But if you sign one distributor and one loyal customer into your business, if you're signed up, your name goes into a drawing for $20,000. And last month we had the same thing. And so anybody whose name went into that drawing in the month of September, their name got drawn in October. That's when yours got drawn, right, Crystal?
I actually got drawn in September. I was one of the yes.
That's even more exciting because you're totally making this the real deal.
Yeah. So let me tell you guys just a real quick story about how I got started, and then I'll tell you a little bit about the 2 Good bonus and how it's really come full circle with my business. So I live in small town Gadsden, Alabama. Just Gadsden alone only has 30,000 people. So I'm in small town USA, and I've been in the business about 17 months, and I'm a double diamond. I actually went double diamond right under 1 year and earned the $15,000 Good bonus.
Wow.
But the way that I actually started in this business is I saw a post on Facebook, and so I'd actually been through a lot with my body. I had 2 pregnancies in 2 years, and I actually lost our first child. I was 7.5 months pregnant. We discovered I had very large tumors. So I had to deliver the child, and then about 2 months later, I went in and had an abdominal myomectomy surgery to remove the tumor. So that's a big old fancy word for a surgery to remove, like, cantaloupe-sized tumors. And about 6 weeks later, I was cleared, and 2 weeks later, I was pregnant again. And so then I had a C-section with my second baby, and he's a perfectly healthy little boy. But what led me to It Works is I am your friend that if you invited me to a party, I would probably never, ever, ever show up. So I'm not one to show up for a jewelry party or a makeup party, but I actually messaged somebody that was an acquaintance, somebody that I didn't know well enough to have their number, on Facebook when I saw that they posted they were hosting a party. And so I just messaged her, 2 pregnancies in 2 years and those major surgeries. I'd actually been working out, and I could not budge the tummy. So I literally could not, anything I did, working out, eating better, it just wasn't the same. And so I went to go try this wrap. I didn't know anything about It Works as far as the company goes. I didn't really think it would really work, and I did not tell a soul I was going besides my husband. And when I said I'm going to a wrap party, he thought I was talking about like a taco. But anyway, so I get to the party, and I'm thinking this is not going to work. But if it were to work, I was totally okay if it was just a temporary fix. I just thought, hey, if it just will get me through the summer, again, it was like late March. And I thought, summer's rolling around. If I can just get me something that will take a little bit off, when we go on the river in the summertime, I was totally okay with that. So put my wrap on, worked for 45 minutes, and was literally sold as a loyal customer right away. I knew the product worked. I was amazed. And I'm a very, I wouldn't say negative, more pessimistic. So I went in with these intentions thinking that, it's not going to work. I know it's not, but maybe it will. And so it did, and literally I walked out of there in a hurry and was sold. Called my husband, who was not nearly as excited about it as I was, okay? So I was like, oh, my gosh, it really did work because, he thought I was silly for going. But anyway, so fast forward a couple of days, and, or let me just say this. I am a full-time stay-at-home mom, okay? So when I went to go try it, I knew that even after I found out that it worked, this was not something, where I could budge in spending a lot of money, okay? So it was kind of a sacrifice that we made when we lost our first child. I knew that I was staying at home full-time. So I immediately, over the few days, started trying to think of ways that I could, convince my husband that I needed to order this as a loyal customer because it was cheaper. I could get it at distributor pricing, and I was like, totally, like even he could see the change, which was big. And so I just wanted to do this as my birthday present to myself. I thought I know I'll use this through the summer. And me being the total girl that I am, I was not going to tell anybody. It was going to be my little secret. I told one friend, and guess what? She wanted to try it too. So you tell your friend not to tell anybody, but guess what? She had to tell one person too. And so literally that's how it started to grow. I had a few girls saying, please have a party. So I called the lady to come in from out of town. Yes. I called the lady to come in from out of town to host the party, and, she started mentioning about becoming a distributor. Well, I was totally not interested. So if there's anybody on the call tonight that you've never sold anything, or you don't ever want to be portrayed as a salesperson, or you're intimidated by network marketing, I'm totally you. And so I just wasn't interested, and then my party just continued to grow. And I finally decided, you know what, I've got something awesome. The bigger the party, the more free product I would get as a customer. And so I shared my picture on my Facebook page. Now, at this time, I didn't have nearly as many friends as I do now. But anyway, so I shared it, and my party grew, and 25 people came to my first party.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
Yeah, sold 36 wraps. And I would say 80% of those people went ahead and signed up as a loyal customer. Okay, so I decided I wanted to be a distributor. Okay, so if there's anybody else that's on the call tonight that you're thinking, like for me, my husband has a very good job, but like I said, we were still budgeting out. When you've only got one income, it makes a difference. Mm-hmm. So the reason that I decided to sell was because, one, it actually worked. And then 2, the starter kit was only $99, and that was huge for me. So I sold 4 wraps immediately and made my money back times 5. So that's the 2 big reasons that I decided to go ahead and become a distributor. And, guys, even after I had that awesome first party, my total intention was just to get free product. I thought if I could just sell enough to get my free product and a little bit extra to buy baby clothes, I was totally okay with that. And so, that's another thing, that I tell a lot of my new distributors on my team. You don't have to come into this business thinking that you're going to be me and, work it to try to, make it to the top. But, your life could change in this business, because I literally started for free product, and then I just wanted a little bit extra. So there are ways that you can come into this and you can get your free product, or you can make a little extra, or you never know, through the process of working this business, just talking about your product that you're so passionate about, it will grow before you know it. And so literally for me, that is actually how it took place. I didn't sign a distributor at all, though, until I was a couple of months into the business, because I was so scared of sharing the opportunity. So if there's anybody on the call that you're not a salesperson, you really don't need sales skills. You just need to use your product and share it, because people want it. They'll see that it works and they want it.
So my one question I have, Caity, I'm wondering from Crystal if she still has that before and after picture, because I think I want that.
Hey, I totally do. I'm telling you. It was just one of those things that, people that, especially if you're on this call and people know you and they know how you are and they know your truth and they know you're genuine, that's how it was for me. I literally, when I say I'm your friend that's not showing up to your party, I'm just not, and so there's something about weight loss, tightening and toning, and getting healthy. Everybody wants to get healthy, and so that's what struck my attention, is I saw, this girl was doing this, and so many ladies that are my age, I'm 32 now, we've had babies, or, we've gained and lost weight, and, when nothing else works, this body applicator is site specific, so it works, it targets areas that you can't target, and so literally, it was just being a product of the product is how I've gotten my business to where it is. And we have an awesome team in Alabama.
So, again, somebody else, got excited and started a business.
Right. I mean, that's totally what it is. Got excited and started a business. And, you set small goals. I think a lot of people that come into it, sometimes they get a little intimidated, because I am so excited and passionate about it, but I'm just so, it works, but literally you can come into it just from trying the product and setting your goals small and attainable, and then your passion grows. It's amazing.
I was actually going to add to that, too. It was funny because the other night a bunch of us got together for dinner, and it was a bunch of leaders. We were all sitting there, and one of the things that one of the leaders on my team had said was so profound that I was like, oh, my gosh, it's so awesome. She said, if you couldn't live without the product, if you're on this product and you're like, I could not live without it, it's amazing, you need to be a distributor. And also, if you're already a distributor, you got to be on the product, because that's what makes your business move forward. You literally just have to share your results. It's so simple.
That's totally
so I love that. All right. So
totally it.
We all want to know about your bonus. How, did you know that you were going to get it? How did it all go down when you got
it? Oh, girls. Let me tell y'all. Okay, so I don't know about in New Jersey and Michigan, but if you can't tell by my accent, we're true Southern people down here in Alabama. And we woke up that morning, and guys, I had 1 entry. Okay, so if they had done the drawing for the previous month, I had 6 and 7 entries at different times. But this particular month in August, when they drew for in September, I had 1 entry, just 1. Okay, so
wow.
How awesome, yeah. So, okay, so my husband gets up. He's traveling to the airport to pick up his parents, and the joke was made when he left, I'm going hunting when I get back. And I said, if I win this $20,000, you're not going anywhere. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, so he leaves, and I'm sitting here with my 2-year-old, and I'm watching the YouTube stream live. And I don't know about y'all, but I was crying the whole way. I just, honestly, just knowing that anybody's life, my life has been tremendously changed by this business before the Too Good bonus. Let me say that, like, tremendously. It has totally taken the burden of being the sole provider off my husband, and it's something that I can work around my schedule with my 2-year-old. So we're sitting there, and I'm watching it, and he's watching Mickey, and I'm trying to listen, to him speak, and I'm crying, and, as I said before, I'm a true Southern girl. We're Southern Baptist here, and, I pray and things like that. But there was something that came over me to really pray for the people winning these bonuses and pray for the right people to win. And, I just kept praying, that it would be put to good use. And then I snuck in a little bit. If somebody on my team could win, that would be great. So it was never, please let me win, because you really think it will never happen to you. But I actually felt led to pray in that moment. And so I'm sitting there on the edge of my couch, and, it rolls around. They've done number 18. And then number 19, Mackenzie Schultz, gets up there and talks about how she's been praying for this person. At this point you're thinking there's no way. There's only 2 left. And they called my number out, and I had no idea. And I sat there for a minute in complete shock. My heart dropped. They called it out again, and I thought, there's no way. They called my name. I jumped up. I was screaming, crying, hysterical. My baby started crying, hysterical. We were all hysterical. And within 30 seconds, It Works Global was calling me. And, guys, I was freaking out, still jumping up and down. She was trying to ask me to calm down, but I could not. And so she actually put me on hold. Okay, so can you imagine winning $20,000 and then within 30 seconds somebody calling you and they tell you to calm down and put you on hold? I'm hoping at some point that Mark or Mike doesn't hear this, but I actually hung up the phone, y'all. I didn't mean to. It was just instinct. I hung up the phone and called my husband immediately. And so I called him, and I wasn't thinking, I just hung up on It Works Global. I was just thinking, I've got to call my husband. So I called my husband, and he could not understand me. I broke the speaker in my phone screaming at him. He did not believe me. So needless to say, guys, he did not go hunting. But I literally broke the speaker in my phone trying to convince him that I was telling the truth. And within a few seconds later, It Works was called me back, and then I calmed down enough to stay on hold. And so I did not realize that they were going to put me on the air until right before. And then I don't know how anybody can make out anything I was saying. I was a complete basket case. So anyway, it was a total surprise and shock, but a total validation for me in my business, because I actually did not realize, I tell people this too. I didn't even know I didn't know I had a why until the past several months. I didn't even know that I had a why in this business. I didn't understand when people would say why all the time. I would think, whatever. I didn't know what my purpose was, and my purpose and my why had become full circle even before this. I've had the opportunity to work with and make friends with and help so many people and touch so many lives with a testimony. And it's been such therapy for me through losing a child just to be able to talk about it. So, I'd already discovered, that this was so much bigger than I ever thought. It was so much bigger than a rap and money. It was therapy that I needed and friendships that I needed along the way. So anyway, let's fast forward to October Green Carpet, and I'm sitting there on Saturday and totally paid attention to the stage, don't get me wrong, but I had my notification popped up that I had an email from It Works Global. So I opened it, and that's when I discovered that they uploaded $20,000 into my account.
Wow.
I felt like I had re-won all over. I got down on the floor. I felt like I was hyperventilating. And everybody on my team that was there was like, what's wrong? And I was like, they just put $20,000 in my account, so I could barely stand back up. So I finally composed myself to stand back up. And this was something that happened to me, too, that, it was such a blessing. They were paying off credit card and medical or student loans. And, through this business, we had paid down, most of that stuff. We didn't really have that. And so the only thing we really had is our car note and our house. And so, as soon as I found that out, my heart went, sank to the floor. We didn't know until that point that they were actually uploading the money to our account. And so I immediately started to pray about that. And this has been an opportunity for me to give back. And so my meeting with my team was the following Sunday, which was about a week and a half ago. And I all week was praying for two particular people on my team. I felt very led to do something for them. One of the girls is, in the process of adopting a foster child, and so she's in that in-between where she doesn't get a lot of help. She's a single mother. And another person on my team, I didn't know who it was, but I knew I was praying for them. And I didn't realize that it ended up being somebody that I talked to who was one of my diamonds that I talk to all the time. And she's going through a rough time, and she's so thankful for her business. And it wasn't until the day of the meeting that I knew this is the person that I'm supposed to be helping. And so through this bonus, we've been able to pay off debt, and I've been able to give back to the people on my team. It's been awesome.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I mean,
I have chills.
Yeah, I mean, it's truly been like, I can't even put it into words. I don't know. Winning is awesome, but knowing that I can do something, or give somebody hope in this business, or give somebody, just to be able to help two people that I love on my team that I know are just in a spot right now and they're working their business so hard. It was just, honestly, y'all, I was squalling. It's just awesome feeling.
So do you think that it's possible for somebody getting on this call right now, maybe they don't have their entry in yet, what would you say to that person, or maybe they haven't even started with the business, that is it possible for them to still win?
Absolutely. I have one entry. All you need to look for is one person. Everybody knows one person that needs extra money. Honestly, everybody around me when I first started needed extra money. Everybody knows somebody that doesn't love their job. Everybody knows somebody that just wants a little extra. Everybody knows somebody that needs to lose weight or tighten and tone, or somebody that wants to get healthy from the inside out. Just talking to y'all tonight, I'm so fired up. I'm going to be all over my leads tomorrow to try to get me a few more entries. But it's so possible. And I think the biggest thing I tell people, especially if you're a small-town person, or maybe not even just small-town people, no matter where you are, we're just taught not to dream. And I did not dream before it worked, because I looked around at everybody else, and we're just taught that you go to school, you get a job, you get married, you have kids, and you're not taught that you can actually reach your dreams and your goals. Mm-hmm. So just know that you truly can. And this business is a gateway, and it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And you can totally, I think one of the last winners was actually someone that had been in the business for 3 weeks. So, all you have to do is try it, have a passion for it. Call your sister, your cousin, your best friend, and get them on board with you, because they're great products and they really do work, hence the name. But really and truly, just get your passion for it and run with it, because 17 months ago, if somebody would have told me that I would wrap people, I'd never sold anything. I was intimidated. I knew that it worked. I tried it, but I never would have imagined that I actually would have been successful with this. And the success comes through you when you're actually using the products and you're showing your own results. So you can do it. 24 hours, a lot can happen in 24 hours. I've had people on my team double promote in 24 hours. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Catherine, do you have anything you want to ask or add?
Well, I just was thinking about what she was saying about being from a small town, because I live in a small town farming community, and we have factories around us also, and pretty much people who live here, you go to high school, you graduate from high school, you may go to college, but really in the end you're either going to work the family farm or you're going to work in one of the local factories. That's just what everybody does. So I totally get what you're saying, and we are taught that that's just what you do. And sometimes I get a little caught up on the word dream, because dream means not real. not a reality. And I've had to really think in my mind about these things that I feel that God is going to do in our lives through this business and do for other people. It's not a dream. It's totally a reality in my head. Like, I see it happening.
It is real.
I know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of waiting for his timing and for him to use everything, you know, in his will and in his purpose for those things to come together. But sometimes I feel like we need to stop thinking about it as a dream. It's way more than a dream. Like, these things can really happen for us. We just have to be willing to put the time in and do the talking and use the products and be willing to just step out of our comfort zone sometimes. But it's reality, and I love that.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with that. And I think the biggest thing for me, too, being from a small town, you worry so much about what someone's going to think.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you those people that I worried so much about watched me for a year, and now they want to join my team. So, you know, it's kind of like the video that they showed at conferences last year where the guy gets out there and starts dancing by himself.
Yeah.
And then over time people will start to join in, and it's so true. And for a lot of people, that's their biggest fear is, what are people going to think? Are they going to think I'm crazy? And, you know, kind of like, you know, I've been reading Go Pro, like Eric Bohr says, you know, eventually they're going to realize that they're the crazy ones. You're the smart one. So just, you know, step out of that comfort zone and just run with it, because this opportunity is huge, and this is the time, you know, this is the time to come in and really just take this business and, you know, run with it.
Yes, I agree. Caity, I think we got to tell people how they can get involved and get their name in that drawing in the next 24 hours.
All right. I'm going to break it down even simpler than I normally do. Get started. Sign up. That's the first step. Sign up.
Yes.
$99, like you heard Crystal say before. And honestly, like when I got started, I didn't have the money to start. So what I did was I started selling wraps before I even had them. I had people from work giving me cash. I had people from school writing me checks and paying me through PayPal that you can set up for free. I literally had people putting money in my hands to pay for that kit. There is definitely a way. And the second step is just gathering a couple customers. Basically, it works, makes it really simple for us. When you get started in the home-based business, most people want to know how to get your discount, especially your family and friends. They want to know how to get the employee discount. So you actually get to offer that to people without them having to be a distributor, which is amazing. So that's step 2. You're just going to gather a couple loyal customers. And you heard, just to get your name entered in that Too Good drawing, you only need one customer that wants to get your employee discount. It's amazing. And if you get 4 of them in your first 30 days, the company will give you free product credit that you can be a product of your product. You can do that in literally one day. You can just call up all the people you know that are friends and family that want to get a little healthy before the holidays. It's amazing. We have some really great products that they can definitely use through the holidays. And then the third step is simply just asking a couple people that you know that need extra money. So you just call them up, see if they want to come on this journey with you. You help them start up for $99, and you help them through step 2, gathering a couple loyal customers. And you're going to get bonuses and commission on all of this. But the greatest part that I love about our company is we are so confident in this 3-step system of running our business that if you gather your 4 loyal customers, you get 3 team members in your first 60 days. If you don't make $500 in commission, not including all of your wrap cash that you get just from putting the wrap on people and making your money back in cash right off the gate, we're so confident that we put a $500 guarantee on our business. Like, who does that? You know, if you don't make $500 in commission for whatever reason, you get made up the difference from it works. That's so cool. And right now is the last chance you have. If you join before midnight tomorrow, it's the last chance you have for that Too Good $20,000. They're going to draw 20 more names next month. And also there's a $10,000 get out of debt bonus. So you heard that Crystal got a $15,000 bonus to pay off debt. I know Catherine got the $10,000 bonus. I got the $10,000 bonus. So it's definitely achievable, and you get that by going to the diamond status in your first 3 full calendar months. So right now is a prime time. You can double dip on these amazing things, but you got to get in before midnight. So I would suggest that if you're on this call right now and you're listening or maybe listening to the recording of this, get in the system tonight. Go ahead and use the next 24 hours to your advantage and just call everyone you know. And if you haven't gotten a wrap on you, get a wrap on you tonight. Try it. And see the results for yourself, because it is unlike anything I have ever seen in my life. I've never seen a little sticker that you can put on your body for 45 minutes and see visible results. It's crazy. So I'm just fired up, girls.
Me too.
I am too.
I think I need to jump off this call and make a couple of phone calls myself. So thank you guys both. Now, any closing thoughts that you guys have for the people you want to leave them with, especially in this time and this call particularly at the end of this month? What do you have to say to them? Crystal, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear from Crystal.
Yeah, I just say go ahead and jump on board. And if you're already on board, like Caity said, get off this call and call everybody you know. You know, call your best friend that's been on the fence. Call anybody that you can think of that needs extra cash. You know, and just tell them, you know, share your pictures. That's the main thing I tell a lot of my team, is make sure that you are using your product and you're showing your before and afters and you're sharing that so people can see that it's real and that it's you. And just, you know, run with it. Don't be afraid. That was the biggest thing for me when I first started. I thought I had to know everything about this business before I could share it. And I didn't realize I was already doing the things that I need to do by showing results. And, you know, you don't have to know everything about this business to start growing your business. So if you're on the call and you've been sitting back and you're too afraid to talk to somebody, you know, don't be afraid. You do not have to know everything to take this business and absolutely run with it. And that's what I would say. You know, don't wait.
Awesome.
I don't think we need to add. I don't think we need to add any more to that. Like, that's exactly what I was going to say. First of all, I don't do a great job. Well, I didn't take a before and after picture when I signed up. We didn't do before and after pictures, and man, I wish I had that, because here I am, almost 3 pant sizes and 27 pounds. I lost in the first 6 months I was on our products, and I've maintained it for over a year and a half. So I just wish I had pictures to prove it. But just do it. I mean, it's no risk. We talked about it, $99. Sell those 4 wraps, get your money back, and at the same time get your name in a drawing for $20,000.
I love it. And seriously, like, where else can you do this? What other option do you have that's offering you literally a golden ticket right in your hands? It's amazing. So I just
somebody's gonna win.
Your time. Oh, I can't even handle it. I'm so excited. Crystal, you've been amazing. It's been great getting to know you. Ladies, I'm just so pumped. I'm going to get off this call, and I'm going to definitely use this information. The recording is going to be out on my Facebook. I'll tag you both. And thank you guys for your time tonight. If you had any aha moments, we'd love to hear them. Post them on our Facebook and tag them. And just have a happy end of the month to you guys that are already in our It Works family. And I'm really, really amped. Thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you next week.
Good night. We'll see you next Thursday.
Good night, everyone.